Your voice changed, but the band still sounds the same.
Come on, Eric, dance.
Oh no. You're recording this. I'm not dancing. I do like that motto, though.
Was that fun? We're not going to take it anymore. Now, this is a pep rally. In case you haven't noticed, we are recording now. Thank you all for joining. We're going to just get excited today and share positive things, right?
All right.
I'm hearing the cheers. Okay, so I think we need a cheer, and feel free if you want to say something. Use your chat. Does everybody know where chat is? Okay, let me know if you want to say something to the group. You want to mute yourself in the corner. Okay, if you are having some background noise. All right. Okay. So one of the things I wanted to do was share a cheer. Anybody a cheerleader in the group? Anybody a cheerleader? So I made up a cheer. Are you a cheerleader?
I'm a cheerleader. Still not hearing her.
All right. Okay. So if you're a cheerleader, you can improve this. But here's what I made up. So you're going to say it after me. I know we won't all hear each other. But it's COVID. Okay, everybody got that? You know that one, right? COVID, we're going to beat you. Wait and see. Okay, are you with me? So let's all say it together. COVID, we're going to beat you. Wait and see. Do I need to wear my hat? Let's do it again.
Yeah.
COVID, we're going to beat you. Wait and see. All right. Got it? Okay. Very good, very good. Thanks all for being on. So let's have a chat. And first question I'm going to ask you, you'll take this off, is what projects, okay, somebody's got some noise going on. That's okay. What projects have you been working on while you're having some downtime? What have you been doing in your office? So
Cleaning.
Cleaning. And you can chat over here on the side if you want to. Cleaning. What else? What else have you been doing?
Paperwork.
Paperwork. All right.
Calling patients.
Calling patients.
Calling patients.
That's great. Calling patients. That's great. Absolutely. What else have you been doing that's around the office?
Trying to decide who's emergency, getting in emergencies for care.
That's right. Absolutely. That's great. That's important. Someone else?
We've been checking on the elderly too.
Oh, that's great. You know, there's a team member who can't be on the call today, but I told I would share. She's actually helping an elderly patient move right now. She's a hygienist, and this lady is alone, and I guess she's having to move. Isn't that cool? She's actually helping one of their patients move today. I thought that was very special. I saw one team painting their walls. Did anybody see that video? They were painting the walls in their office, and they were shaking the paint can and doing a live video, and the lid to the paint can came off, and it was all over the floor.
I screamed out loud when I saw that. I was like, oh.
Oh, no.
So did I.
Hey, there he is.
Oh, there he is.
That might have been in that office.
Yeah, that was.
But was it your operatory, Ted? That's the question.
No, I checked on that yesterday. I was away at the time.
Okay, well, that's good.
But they cleaned it up really well. I found 2 little dots on the chair.
That's awesome. Eric, what have you been hearing from teams about what they're doing? Oh, wow. Somebody's sharing their screen. Could you stop sharing your screen, please?
You can go up to view options, Paula, and hit stop for them.
Okay. Very good.
I think that's Dr. Spencer's office. Yeah, there you go.
There you go. That's all right. Okay. What have you
I've never
experienced?
learned more. I've never learned more about the government and laws in my life. I'm not really a political person and laws and stuff, but I've been reading so much about different laws and what's coming and trying to decipher it. And at the end of everything you read, it says, "But we really don't know, so don't put this in stone." I'm like, oh my gosh. So that has been my days, and then of course working with teams on how to plan, how to get a business plan together
Yes.
before too long. We don't want to get caught behind the 8 ball here and be completely unaware of how to deal with making up lost production time and those sorts of things. So we've been working on different ideas. So
Yes, we have. And, you know, and you're right, Eric. Eric and I, we've just been burning the midnight oil trying to keep up with all the events that are happening and sending the doctor's emails boxes. By the way, team members are full of our emails. Every time we find a form or something else, we've been sending it on your way. So let's go to our second question is, how are you connecting with your patient? Give us some ideas of how you're connecting with your patient. I see some chats over here. Eric, can you see those with me?
yep.
Just calling and rescheduling patients. You get time to talk to them and see how they're doing, and they appreciate that.
Yes, absolutely. That's true. They do. That's true. Continuing education's going on. I'm seeing in the chat, you can see that. How are you connecting with your patients? What else are you doing? Anybody made a video, like Ted, your team did? Anybody else make a video?
Like Patty's office.
Yeah. That'd be a thing.
Anybody else make a video for your patients?
We had an internal video for the team that
Henry
was
Olsen.
hilarious, but it wasn't material for patients, unfortunately.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
So it can be good. It can be good to make a video for your patients and let them see your face and let the team see the team's face, kind of like y'all did, Ted, with making something fun, because it's a stressful time for everybody, is it not? Yeah.
Yep.
Facebook games. I'm seeing that over here. Very good. All right. Okay. So how are you staying connected with your team? What are some things you're doing to stay connected with your team during this time? Anybody?
I'll offer and ask a question.
Yeah.
My team is on unemployment, as many are. That's been what's recommended. We'll get to this other thing, hopefully. Eric had a lot of information about it, and I don't know if anything's set in stone yet after this 1 a.m. thing last night that was approved.
Yeah.
My understanding at some point was they'd have to be rehired by a certain date to be eligible for these packages, but we can deal with that after. As far as getting in touch with patients, my intention was, when I was done with all these phone calls that I've spent the last 3-4 days doing just to delay payments and extend whatever, I wanted to just start going A through Z. I was going to call active patients or anyone that's been in the last, 18 months or so, just to say hello, how you doing? Is there anything you need from us? Blah, blah, blah. I like the video idea. I don't know if that could go out as an email blast or only to Facebook, but I know the people who do my marketing are always asking me to send them video and stuff like that.
Yeah. Eric, how can we get videos out to our patients?
Well, the first thing is to make the video. That's, I think, the hardest part. Once you make the video, the rest is all pretty easy. And you can do it right from your phone now. You got a supercomputer right in your hand. So the first thing I would say is get in touch with Weave, or if you have Solution Reach, something like that, and say, how could I send this? They probably can get a link out, which means if you posted a link to YouTube or to Facebook or even Instagram, you could probably send a link out by a text message or email and say, here's a personal message from Dr. Singer.
Mm-hmm.
And send that out, and that way they can see it. Now, what's in the message? Hey, we're here to take care of you guys. Don't say what you're not. We're not open. Sorry, we're closed. Don't say things like that. Say we're here for people who need us.
Yes.
We're going to get through this together. Be supportive and positive. Say what you are doing.
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. Good point. And being positive in whatever your message is to your patients. That's super important. So I know, yeah, we're all kind of wondering what to do, what to say right now, and things are changing hourly as they have been since what, Friday the 13th? Oh, I don't want to say that.
Yeah, March has been, oh,
Right, I know. So March, it's been a wild month. So we can go on to our next question here is how is your team staying connected? So we've got doctors and teams on here, and I see some of you together, maybe in a meeting room, and I've seen several team members. Eric, I loved what you put up of the Brady Bunch picture. Do you have that one close so you can show everybody? I don't know if you can find it.
it's on my Instagram account. I think I also shared it on my Facebook page. But yeah, it's how you guys should be connected. Just like this, it should be a Zoom meeting, and you should be able to see each other and talk about your plan on what you guys are going to do when you come back. So Zoom. Microsoft has a new Teams thing. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I'm actually in Microsoft Teams, and some of you guys may be on here with a group practice. They're using it now. They've been using it for a couple months, I think. So I'm actually in a Teams group, and I know another doctor just started using that. So
yeah, I haven't jumped in yet, but it looks like it's almost like a classroom or maybe a group memo, and your office can set up everyone's email addresses in there, and then you can start getting direct messages. So
yeah.
We had a virtual happy hour yesterday on Zoom.
Nice.
It was just you know, like a happy hour mostly. We did a little bit of business stuff, but you know, we all got to see each other. We had all but I think 3 on it, so that worked pretty well, and we're going to do it again.
That's great. The recommendation is twice a week. Get with your team at least twice a week. And we have some mandates out there. They can't go back to work till June 15th. Some are May, some is April, different dates everywhere. So everybody's in a different situation. Some of you are shelter in place, stay in your home. If you're not, be thankful. Be thankful for whatever is going on. Just be thankful, right? Yep.
And I think just as an asterisk to that, because I know some of you are going to have these questions, my team is laid off. How are we having a team meeting? That sort of thing. So, you still, as team members, can be laid off, but you can still earn hours and report those to unemployment, and that will affect the weekly pay that you or they get through that. But that's still an important part of this process, is to know that you can still work. You can go in the office and call patients if you're the only one going in, making calls. And accumulate hours and still be on unemployment. You just have to report them.
And do it from home. A lot of people are doing it from home too. So that's the cool thing about our technology. Isn't it awesome that we have this kind of technology to keep us connected? What if this were 15 years ago? We wouldn't even have this, right? Maybe 10, less. It wouldn't have been as easy as it is today. So super thankful for that. Lots to be thankful for. I have number 4 on our list, positive quotes, movies, books, games, recipes, videos to share. I know there's somebody on. Paula Stice, can you hear me? If you're muted, unmute.
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you share what you guys did? I loved what you did.
You mean what my sister did?
Yeah, your sister, whoever, with the kids,
I have it pulled up on my Facebook, but I don't know how to share it to you.
Oh, well, so go to the bottom of your screen. You'll see a green share button.
Yes.
You want to try it?
Okay.
Okay. So let's see how this works, everybody. Okay. Or I can try to find it if you want me to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Paula, while I'm looking for it, why don't you share about it, okay?
My sister has 5 children, 3 of her own, and her youngest and her oldest are adopted. The youngest is adopted from China, and the oldest was a foster child from down the street. And she homeschooled her children up until this last year, when she had some health issues that her doctor said she needed to concentrate on herself. And so her kids went back to public school. But now that the schools are shut down, they're home, and they have an awesome church that they are involved in, and very community minded. And someone for Christmas last year gave her kids, all 5 kids, these costumes that blow up. One is a huge polar bear, one's a moose or something, a dragon, and they all got in these costumes so they would be shielded from any coronavirus, and went to the local nursing home close to their home and danced to songs outside the nursing home for the nursing home patients. And they also took wipeable markers and were playing tic-tac-toe on the windows with the residents, and had an absolute blast. My sister's nuts, so she's crazy.
That's awesome. I did find it. So
Okay.
let's see if I can get this pulled up for everybody. So I'm just going to share. Oh, here it is. Okay, right here. It took me a minute to find it. Okay, so I'm going to play it. Let's see if you can see what they did. Can y'all see?
They were actually on the St. Louis News last night on Channel 5.
Nice.
I love that. Isn't that great?
And look,
This is really
they're all
fun.
spaced apart too.
Yeah. Okay, that's great. Thank you for sharing your story, Paula. When she sent that to me yesterday, I wanted to make sure we shared that with everybody. Okay, what else are you guys doing? That's fun. Movies, books, games, recipes, videos. I found a site today that is offering like 6,000 books for kids for free. Has anybody heard about that? It's on my Facebook page. Let's see if I can give you the website address for that.
I would like one of the books to be How to Decipher New Laws for Dummies.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, yeah, Audible, openculture.com. So if you go to openculture.com, there's an archive of 6,000 books, children's books, all free, digitized to read online. Like, I don't know, y'all can't see my phone, but there's 3 little pigs. All his old famous books. So maybe you can type that in for us, Eric. Open Culture.
What was it again?
Openculture.com
Okay.
for the books for kids. It's something fun to do. What else are you guys doing as far as like anybody baking something really special? I've seen homemade bread. I've seen pies. I saw chicken and dumplings. What did your family make last night, Eric?
Abby and Maya spent the whole afternoon on an old chicken soup recipe that Abby grew up with from family, and we actually started an order. I think it's a weekly order now from the local organic vegetable place, Country Organic. So they actually deliver the vegetables to your house.
Cool.
I've never spent so much on vegetables, but I guess it's worth it to have it delivered and be organic. So they were very excited. They got right into chopping and spent time together while I was in here working. So
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
I tell you, I am so proud. Dr. Hillary, are you on the phone? Are you on the call? I think I see you right there. That might be.
I am. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to share a picture with you guys. I thought this is very creative. And I had a quote on my Facebook page. What was this? There was a plague and Isaac Newton was quarantined and he discovered gravity, the law of gravity. So like, what are you creating? So I want to share this picture with you that a practice in Maine has come up with. Did y'all see this on my page? And some of the doctors saw this in an email. Hey, Paula. All right. Yeah. So you want to talk about this?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I wasn't sure. Yeah, that's Aaron and I, and we're all geared up. We have our helmets that we got one out of my garage that the boys use when they work on the yard. And the other one we got at our local hardware store, and we have our N95 masks underneath our regular masks, and we've been treating patients for the past 2 weeks.
Awesome. Yeah, that's great. You have a lot of emergency, a lot of the other offices are closed, and so you got this. If y'all heard her, she got this at the hardware store. They use it. Did you say they use this for like weed eater people?
Yeah, it's all sorts of things. Yard work, painting, all sorts of stuff like that. A couple of our team members have some in their garages as well.
Awesome. So this was at Home Depot or somewhere like that?
Just a local hardware store. Yep.
Awesome.
What's a hardware store?
I know. Who would have thought? I know.
We don't have Home Depot in Dover, Foxcroft.
You guys got local stuff. Probably an Ace Hardware or something, huh?
We have Tractor Supply. We have
True
Tractor.
Value. That's right.
True Value. There you go. True Value.
How about using a beekeeper's setup, like that the beekeepers use?
Yeah, maybe so.
I want one, but I want one that has like the hose in the back for the oxygen to come in so I can breathe really well. So I want to look like I'm getting on a UFO.
That's right.
From NASA.
Yeah, something from NASA, a spacesuit basically. I mean, that is actually a good point, Paula, is that OSHA is coming up with brand new universal precautions. That another thing that you and your team can start talking about on your weekly team meetings is how are you guys going to look? How are the patients going to receive that? What's the engagement going to be like? You know, you're not going to walk out wearing all these things in the reception area. So how are you going to suit up when it's time to seat the patient and all these things? So everything's going to be, and patients are going to be way more aware of what you should be looking like and what you should be wearing. So give everything a reason for it and let them know they're safer for it too.
Sure. Yeah.
You know, I don't have the N95 masks yet. I've got a few coming from some place that price gouged just to buy a few. They're on back order. We don't have face shields yet. From what I understand, even emergencies, I know someone there mentioned seeing emergencies. I saw a couple of minor things, and at this point, not willing without the mask, without everything. And here they're talking about you have to have a positive pressure room to even see patients.
HEPA filters, another thing.
That's not feasible in the dental practice, nor is it ever going to become feasible in the general dental office, certainly not in mine.
Well, we'll see what happens. So this is our pep rally. We're all staying positive here. And I wanted to ask who's using teledentistry? So I've had some people already start using that. Who started using teledentistry?
Mine is being set up for me, not active yet.
All right, great. I have a doctor who today is her first teledentistry call. So we're excited about that. They've released the HIPAA regulations for that. And Dr. Neal, are you using it yet? Have you gotten into that?
I'm not using it yet. I've just FaceTimed a couple patients. Yeah. But that's it.
Yeah, well, that's teledentistry.
So
okay. Yes, I am.
Yeah. So a couple of things too, Paula. I just listened to a podcast, and there's something out called what is it, Tulu Dentistry or something, tuludentistry.com, and you can actually buy intraoral cameras that are $25.
Wow.
And these are what you give to your patients who come in for emergencies that you don't want to bring back in for post-op. So you could order these and they USB plug in. They're theirs to keep. It creates a connection. Hey, I'm giving you this nice camera. Please be my patient, right? So you can look at that website. You can look that up. So.
Okay. That's great.
Eric, is that Tulu? Oh, excuse me. Is that tuludentistry.com?
Let me look at it right now. I saved it on my phone here.
Maybe you can type it in the chat, Eric.
Yeah, I'll type it right here in the message. It's kind of weird actually. Dent Ulu.
Okay. Good information. There's all kinds of things coming out. Lots more are going to be coming out.
Yeah.
So who's working on old accounts right now? Anybody working on old accounts?
My staff is.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, we have that Cece has been working on the old accounts. and has got it to some incredible number, like $10,000 accounts receivable. It's unbelievable.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Are you talking about accounts receivable?
Yes, your old accounts that haven't paid. Your old account, old accounts. So, Dr. Neal, how's your team doing with the verbal skills we talked about?
So we haven't actually met and talked about that yet.
Okay.
I'm going to talk more about it on tomorrow. I'm going in for, I have blocked patients. Instead of like seeing them one at a time every once in a while, I just set up Thursday from 9 to 3 to see emergency patients.
Yeah.
And so,
great.
Communicate them.
All right. So, Dr. Dan, Eric, you want to say something?
Yeah. Well, just real quick. I've been hearing that the insurance companies, there's no hold time. So if you've got outstanding claims, you will get right through, and you're not running the risk of calling a patient, asking them for money when they've been laid off. You can call an insurance company and say, give me my money, and you should get good results with that. So
that's a good point, and that's exactly what I was alluding to over here is you can use this not to bug your patients when they've been laid off and all that kind of thing, but say we can renegotiate your payment, do an auto draft, especially this is not everybody. These are ones that haven't been responding. Say, doctor's in a great mood today. He's got the COVID spirit going on, and he wants to offer you a deal. So there's some positive verbal skills that are not, you're past due on your payment, it's time to pay. It's not about that. It's about making it a benefit and a relationship builder for your patients. Dr. Dan, what did your team do? Anything you want to share, your system, your verbal skills?
CC, are you on the call? Is CC on the call?
She might be.
She's been working on,
go ahead,
been working with insurance companies, she says, and she agrees.
Oh, insurance. Okay, very good.
Yeah, she's been mostly working with insurance right now, and she agrees that there's no hold time. You can get right through to people. We are having a hard time right now. A lot of people are laid off around us, so we haven't reached out to patients to ask them for back balances right now.
It would be a renegotiating or, offering them a deal.
An
or
offer.
something.
Yeah, an offer.
Yeah.
Well,
I totally agree.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Eric and Paul. So a lot of these patients that we're calling that we'd be offering deals for, the whole reason they didn't pay in the first place is because they have financial challenges. So even offering them, I don't know, 10 or 20% off if they pay, now, I think that the challenge is there was a reason they didn't pay in the first place.
Yeah.
So to give a 20% discount, is that, I don't know.
Choices are always good. So you don't pressure them into something. Hey, we're calling to give you this, take it or leave it. You give them a choice. How about you could do 10% off, you pay right now by phone, or we could do this at no interest for 6 months. And here's what your payment's going to be. So give them a choice, something like that.
Okay.
The way to start the conversation is with a text. Hey, I have some good news for you. Can I call you now? We're not saying anything like, I'm calling you about your account, and stop sending paper statements. Everything needs to be done digitally. Offer them a good news text is what we want to do. Okay, let's shift from that to video systems training. I know some of you have been recording your team. Maybe you don't have to use their faces, but recording your team doing a particular system in the office and using that for your systems manual for training. Anybody making training videos for your team? Anybody? I know some of you've done it. Maybe you're on mute.
With a VHS camcorder, I've done that about 20 years ago in Ted's office.
Still have it.
You still have that one?
I think so.
Pop that in your iPhone and watch it.
It was good.
They were good. They were.
That's a really good time to make some videos of your team training. Now, Eric, they can upload those to the Office Google Drive for everybody, right?
Yeah, Google Drive's awesome. I think it makes it easy to share. Obviously, YouTube would be easy. You just want to make sure that's set to private.
Yeah, make sure it's not a public thing.
Yeah.
But I've got a team who's on the call, and their doctors actually stood outside the oxygen tank room and made a video about how to turn on the tanks. It's really good. So if you're implementing a new system, if you've got new team members, including this in your systems manual.
I volunteered to be the patient when we showed how to use the nitrous. So we even did hey, don't do this. This is too much. And then we showed what happened when it was too much. So that was.
I know you were an excellent model.
No, I didn't do that really. No, I swear. No, but seriously, I will volunteer though if anybody needs someone.
So Eric, that just if we go to that role play we use asking questions, do you use nitrous in your practice? And then what do we always say? Only when the patients.
Yeah. Well, yeah. When no patients show up, I use it all the time.
Right. Okay. Ask for extensions on your mortgage. Now, my daughter works for a periodontist, one of my 5 girls, and she actually called and got a 3-month extension on her mortgage. Has anybody done that?
I've got 3 months extension on almost everything, but you got.
Oh, good.
That's what I've been doing for the last Thursday, Fridays, Monday, and Tuesday.
Awesome.
All day long on hold. My car leases, credit cards.
Yeah,
Credit cards have
frustrating.
forgiven interest for 3 months.
Yeah.
Delayed payments, no late charges, no penalties. Everything I've come across has done that.
Yeah.
Now it's time for me to like leave that behind and figure out the practice.
Yes.
Most important to me is to know, depending on how long this is, we can't ease back into things. We got to be like up and running. First week back, as far as I'm concerned, has to be the most productive week I've ever had.
Yes.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that in just
the-
a minute about our comeback plan.
That's what's most important to me.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Singer. So one of the things that comes next after this, and I'm sure all of you have it on your radar, is a personal budget. Oh, fun. Wow, yes, exactly. Just what
I lost you there for a second, Paula. You got fuzzy. Thought you said budget.
For some of you who may remember, I have a program called Money Talk, and we actually go into this. I can foresee, Eric, that I'm going to be pulling that back out and helping people with their beliefs about money and maybe getting clarity on your personal budget. So if you need some tools on that, let us know. We can send that out to you. But I think this is a really good time to sit down with your family, teach your kids how to budget and what this is all about. And instead of just saying we can't afford it, work out a plan on what you can afford. Right, Eric? I mean, you've got a big family too.
Yeah. And about 2 weeks ago, I looked at my kids, especially my boys, because they have their own accounts and debit cards and they drive and all those things. I said, hey, it's essentials only. And, you know, they have girlfriends, and I'm like, it's essentials only. Here we have Dutch Bros. And it's like Starbucks on crack for kids. And it's like, you got to cut things out that just aren't essential right now. So
that's right. That's right. Very good. So this is a really good time to do that for yourself. Just a couple more minutes here and we'll close the call. But I wanted to give some thoughts about your comeback plan because Eric, you know, you shared the other day about the fires. Eric's in Reading. And what happened there after the fires? Now, what was going on before this?
Yeah, we've gone through like a series of plagues here in Northern California, whether it was fire or a massive snowstorm that broke everything or a hailstorm. Literally all 3 of those things happened, and it has actually created a boom because of that. It's amazing how the economy has bounced back. And I would liken it to in dentistry when the doctor takes a week or a 2-week vacation, how that schedule is when you get back is so important. And because there's going to be a surplus in demand when we get back, I've been hearing people say, negative people saying, well, they won't even have dental insurance because they've been laid off or whatever it is, right? But there's going to be people who are going to want to come in. They're going to need to come in. What we have to be really careful of is look at not having the same daily goal as we had before. We have to expand our daily goal. The worst thing you could do is put a whole bunch of emergency patients in on day one and have it be a $400 day. You've got to now make sure that your rock, sand, water picture is essential. You might expand the hours of rock you have and decrease the hours of sand you have. I had an office say, yeah, our hygienist is going to do team hygiene out of 2 rooms. I had another hygiene department say, we're going from 60 minutes to 50 minutes so we can get 2 more patients in a day. You know, things like that that you have to do to look at your fixed expenses and maximize that time.
Exactly.
Gonna boom.
I like that. I've had several teams say they're going to have like hygiene makeup days. I know some practices work 5 and 6 days, but for those of you who don't, you have maybe a Friday or Monday or whatever to make up some time. And you can just have the doctor doing, I know your favorite thing, hygiene exams all day. But maximize your treatment rooms to get your hygiene patients caught up. You'll also, if you're using good verbal skills, right, Eric? You might close a lot of treatment from that. And, you know, I'm really seeing, I said this in the video I sent out the other day, I'm really seeing your patients begging to be seen. This whole thing has shifted a little bit now, has it not? Where we've got our patients wanting to come to the dentist. Isn't that amazing? That's just like, wow. We've got teams being more thankful and grateful for their jobs and being nice to their leader and
to each other. Everybody's getting along.
Yes. So this is a really good time to restart. So I know several of you have membership plans like DenVantage, and some of the DenVantage guys are on the call. If you don't have one, check them out, denvantage.com. But if you're behind on your members getting in who paid, prepaid, which is another awesome thing about having a membership plan. If you're on a monthly plan, your cash flow, you've got 500-600 patients on a membership plan, your cash flow is still coming in.
Right.
It's amazing. At least some of it, right, Ted?
Yeah.
No, that's been a great help for us. You know, 10% of our income is on DenVantage, so that's been a huge help for us.
That's awesome. So now we just got to serve those people. So you may have to really stagger your hygiene, put some extra rooms for hygiene, add some days to hygiene, add some hours, top of the morning, bottom of the afternoon, whatever. But that's a great comeback plan. And Eric, anything else you want to share about comeback?
Did anybody get any clarity on, I think it was Iowa, Delta of Iowa sending 50% of what their average monthly Delta check was just to the offices to help them out? Did anybody hear any more about that, or any other states doing that?
That's the only state I've heard of at this point.
I thought it had to be a fluke. I thought there was no way Delta's giving money away.
What's the catch? You know,
Yeah.
What is the catch?
What's in it for Delta? That's what I want.
Yeah. Well, they're in the middle of a class action suit with the ADA and a few other people. So they're trying to turn their goodwill around, maybe. I don't know. But all right. I think we're at a good place right now. And I really appreciate you guys joining. Before we close, I'd like for us to say some things together, some affirmations. Does anybody know what affirmations are? So it's real easy to find the negative right now, is it not? It's super easy to find the negative. So we have to look for the positive. And sometimes, as I said on my video the other day, faith is believing in something we haven't seen happen yet, right? Fear is the opposite of faith. Gratitude is being thankful after it happens. So right now we're in faith mode. We haven't seen all this come back yet, but we're having faith that it will. And some of us who are older, we've been through this before. We've been through in the 80s and 90s with AIDS and all of that. So we know it's going to be all right. So I'd like for us, I'm going to share my screen and we're going to read these affirmations together out loud. Okay, so if you put it on speaker view in Zoom, up in the top right-hand corner, you'll be able to see the full screen here. So Eric and I, we're gonna yell these out. A lot of you are on mute. If you can read it and join in with us, that would be great. Okay. All right. Things are going easily for me. I am calmly certain The answer is clear. Everything fits together. I feel harmony with the situation. There are no outer obstacles. Opposites are reconciled. I am open to any possibility. I don't judge myself or others. I am whole, relaxed. I am safe, healthy, wealthy, and happy. I feel good. I feel inspired. I see the truth from God. I understand things in a new way. I have fresh energy every day. I have everything I need in abundance. I have more than enough time. Every day, in every way, I am increasing my mental and physical capacity. My self-talk is kind and loving, and I feel joy. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right, everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so make it a good day, right? Love to you all. Hang in there. Bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye. Thanks, Paula. Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome.
Hey, Paula, let me know when you stop pushing recording.